days off, no 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 days off.
It's amazing after, think about this, after there's a shooting, everybody wants to run and what? Limit your Second Amendment rights, right? Trucks have been killing people for a while. I haven't seen anybody trying to limit the amount of trucks that go out.
There's too many wheels on this truck, man. There's too many wheels.
Too many wheels, right? I mean, it is just amazing. Go ahead.
How do you get away with the Bundy Ranch situation?
What's that?
I'm going to address that. He asking about the Bundy Ranch. For yours, real briefly, the Bundy Ranch, you know, they did their thing. They executed the Second Amendment thoroughly. So it wasn't even really them getting away with anything. They were defending what was theirs. You know what I'm saying? And they'll start to tell you that, oh, that was only because they was white guys. That's game. I'm not going to not do something that's my right just because I think somebody else is the only person that can get away with it. But if you don't exercise it, then you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. No pun intended.
Did they have a firearm on federal ground?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was being taken from them, though, right?
Well, the land was being taxed, and we'll go into all of that on the cultural and philosophical point. Because I know what you're getting at. I think it's a separation between how it's handled in the hood, supposedly, and how it's handled over there.
Let's hang on, take your questions in a moment. Hang on. Let's talk about storage of firearms. Here's the thing. Michigan does not have a particular way to store. Now, here in Wayne County, you'd be amazed if your child gets a hold of a gun, they're coming at you. Okay? Now, there was one that everybody was a little upset about a few weeks ago. Grandmother had her gun in a room, right? The kid broke the door down, right?
Yeah.
And got the gun. Now here's a question, was that safe? Well, in my mind, the grandmother did what she was supposed to do, right? It just depends on what works at your home. I do not leave my guns locked. I don't. That's me, but my kids realize, and I taught them at a young age, this is what I like to tell people, think of it this way. How many of you have electricity in your house? Show of hands. Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. When you have little kids and you leave them at home alone, do you turn off the electricity? You don't go downstairs and take the big lever and go, Daddy will be back in a few hours. Bye. I'm keeping you safe. And pull the lever, right? No, because you teach your kids what? Not to stick things in there, right? In the sockets. It's all about education, right? Now, in your vehicle, let me say this, a couple of things real quick. Well, let's go back to this while I'm thinking about it. That works at my house. I'm not telling you to leave your guns unsecured. You do what's in the best interest of your house. If I had a child that I thought was a hothead, or I believed that would grab my gun or would not follow the direction, then yes, it's up to me to be responsible and use some kind of locking device to ensure that he or she does not get into that. All right? The media, no offense, Randy, wants you to believe that people's guns are just laying on the table. Kids are walking by them every day. Well, I'm going to take this one to school today. Okay? But do what works in the best interest of your home. Okay? We talked about purchase and sale. Change of address. Okay. With your concealed pistol license, let me say this. Legally, there is no provision for you to have to change your address.
That was in Boston.
Hang on. But you're right, because we just changed that. That's right. Let me back up in my head. I was going to say, we just changed that in a year and a half ago. The thing is this. You got 30 days from the time you move. All you got to do is go down to your new county and fill out a change of address form. Why is that important? Because if they can't find you to tell you that your license is suspended, you don't want that problem if they have to suspend it. And let me tell you, the biggest problem that stops people from getting a concealed pistol license is something that's so minor. Who knows what that is? Their address doesn't, and I'm going to tell you what I mean, okay? Some of y'all, and don't raise your hand, and Rick will tell you this happens in every class of his I teach. Some of y'all in here got a driver's license that has one address. But your mail goes to your girl's house. Your important mail goes to your mama's house. So what address do I use? And sure, and if you're in the city, then go to my sister in Warren, right? Okay.
Not warm.
All right. So all of this really gets down to making sure, as Maj said, that everything is nice and tight, and you don't have those problems. We talked about the purchase permit. Let's talk about this. You go down to your county clerk's office, pay $105. I would love to see, this says it's good for 5 years, I would love to see a lifetime concealed pistol license. Okay? I think that would be wonderful, and I think the only thing you'd have to do is show that you've taken some sort of update. Right. But here's the problem with that. It's like anything else. With the gun laws, there's not going to be a bunch of stuff that comes out. You know, like I'll give you an example. If you drive on a road, and that road you normally do 45, right? Well, if they decide to change the speed limit, what's going to happen? About 30 to 45 days before, they're going to put signs out to say new speed law, or you know, a new speed limit. They're going to do that, they're going to do that, they're going to pull you over, eventually give you a warning. But they don't do that with guns. That's your job. And driving is a privilege. Okay? All right. A couple of other things. You must take a class, an approved class. Again, I highly, highly, highly recommend Rick Hector. And here's one of the interesting things. We are a shall issue state, which means that all you got to do is meet qualifications and you shall get a firearm. Period. End of story. Okay? Make sure you're not, it's two things. Again, the 72 misdemeanors, that's within your packet. Make sure you're not in one of those. The other one is you cannot be charged with a felony. So if you're charged with a felony, you will not be able to get a firearm. Another one is also a domestic violence. All right? You're going to lay your hands on somebody, do it in church, okay? Because that is a permanent federal disqualifier. And as Clarence Thomas asked a phenomenal question, how does a misdemeanor conviction stop you from having your Second Amendment right? Name me another misdemeanor that does that with any other amendment or any other amendment or any other privileges you have under the Constitution. See how much they want to try and do things to take your firearms away.
PPOs too, right there.
PPO. Yep.
Domestic abuse is a misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes.
Domestic abuse has a misdemeanor and it has a felony.
Okay.
Either one of them takes away your.
Either one, but let's make sure we're on the same page. Domestic abuse in Michigan, the first round is a 93-day misdemeanor. Second time is up to a year, and the third time it's a felony. Okay? That's the only misdemeanor that will permanently stop you. Felonies will permanently stop you. Any felony. Failure to pay child support. Okay? That's another one that will stop you. Okay? And that has nothing to do with the gun.
No days off, 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 no days off.